Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
The Skutt Monkey is off the back for Scottsbluff football. It was the Class B quarterfinals on Friday night at Bearcats Stadium. Scottsbluff hosting old nemesis Omaha Skutt Catholic. Skutt won state title games over the Cats in 2018 and 2019. They also won a playoff game over Scottsbluff here in town back in 2014. In this one, though, it was a dominant home showing for the Bearcats. The 3 seed in the Class B playoffs, they roll past the 6 seed Skyhawks. The final score was 33-0. After a defensive stop to start the game, it sure didn't take long for Scottsbluff to announce their presence as the Braden Stoll show got started on the 3rd play of the game. The senior quarterback racing 74 yards for the opening touchdown of the night. Late first quarter, with under a minute to play, it Stoll for a second time. This one from 9 yards out, and after a block PAT, it was 13-0 Scottsbluff. The second quarter produced a flurry of turnovers on 3 straight possessions. Skutt fumbles on what was their best offensive drive of the night, if that tells you anything. But then Stoll throws an interception down the middle of the field, only to see Stoll come right back in the defensive backfield to pick off a Bennett Turman pass out near the 50-yard line. Scottsbluff would take the first half clock down to the final moments as Stoll then scored his 3rd rushing touchdown, and at halftime it was Scottsbluff leading 19-0. Skutt was not done having to deal with Braden Stoll as he scored 2 more touchdowns in the 3rd quarter. About midway through the 3rd, he scored number 4 on a 17-yard run that made it 26-0, and then 1 more for good measure in the closing seconds of the 3rd quarter, a 16-yard run. It was 33-0. Stoll finished the game with 211 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns on the ground. Scottsbluff as a team, well, they ran for 413 yards on the night. After leaving with an injury on the first play of the game, Sebastian Boyle came back in the second half and ran for 76 yards in the win. For the defense, a late stop, and they get their 3rd shutout in their last 5 games. Up next, a semifinal trip to play Omaha Gross Catholic this Friday night. More good vibes from the weekend as the WNCC volleyball team went 3-0 at the Region 9 tournament, winning the championship match last Friday in 4 sets over Central Wyoming. Allie Mayoni won tournament MVP honors. Erica Fava named the Region 9 South Player of the Year. The Cougars get an auto bid to the national tournament. That'll start next Thursday in West Plains, Missouri. Seedings and pairings for nationals will be announced later this week. And basketball season is underway for WNCC. The women go 1-1 out in Twin Falls, Idaho, beating Yavapai College before losing to number 10 CSI. The men's team blasted the Adams State JV team in their home opener. They'll host Laramie County coming up tomorrow night at Cougar Palace. Tip-off at 6 o'clock. That's the latest today from the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.